Today my goal is going to be to answer the question that I get asked the most on my channel. Especially since posting the world's first level 1 one-shot challenge, everybody's wanting to know, how do you get such a high level weapon without killing any bosses? Well, today I'm going to show you guys how to get 12 of every smithing stone and 1 ancient dragon smithing stone to get a weapon to level 25 without killing a single boss. Let's dive right into it.
Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Alright, so as with any run, we want to first start off going to Gatefront to get the Spectral Steed Whistle so we have access to Torrent. Then we're going to head over to Limgrave Tunnels and start collecting Smithing Stone 1s. There are a total of 9 Smithing Stone 1s in the Limgrave Tunnel, just make sure that you pick up all 9 of them. If you're feeling lazy or you miss a couple Smithing Stone 1s, it's really not an issue as most of the merchants in Limgrave and Liurnia sell Smithing Stone 1s. And on that note, there are several merchants that sell Smithing Stone 2s as well. After collecting all 9, you can always use your Memory of Grace to return back to the site of Grace and save some time. Now we can actually get the remaining 3 Smithing Stone 1s that we need up in Stormhill. They're easily accessible on a corpse just south of the shack. Now before leaving Limgrave, we're going to grab a couple of things. We're going to head over to Fort Height and kill the knight there to get Bloody Slash. We're not going to use this immediately, but we are going to need this later. Before we leave, we're also going to climb the ladder and grab the left half to the Titus medallion. We'll need both halves for access to the Altus Plateau. Now we're going to ride northeast to the 3rd church and use the waygate in the pond behind it. And this is going to teleport us over to Caelid. From there, we're going to ride south until we get down to Fort Ferreth. And here we're going to grab the second half of the Titus medallion. Now before you leave Fort Ferreth, be sure to climb the large rock formation by the Slumbering Dragon and grab the Smithing Stone 8 and both of the Smithing Stone 7s. We won't need them till much later, but it's very convenient to just grab them while we're already here. You can't miss this large rock formation, just use Torrent to jump to the top. Now we're going to ride all the way to the west side of Caelid, and we're going to grab Flame of the Redmanes, one of the most powerful Ashes of War in the game. For the sake of this run, I grabbed the Greatsword because it's very expensive to level up compared to most weapons, so I wanted a higher end example to show you guys. Now we're going to use the hidden path to go around the east side of Stormville Castle to skip it for now, and we're going to head to the gazebo just west of the Broil Prawn Shack and grab the 3 stack of Smithing Stone 2s. Then we're going to head up to Academy Gate Town and grab the 3 stack of Smithing Stone 2s near the giant crab. You can either defeat him or snatch and run. Then we're going to head west towards the Temple Quarter and stop and grab the 3 stack of Smithing Stone 2s in the gazebo by the flowers. Then from here we're going to head southwest and grab our final 3 stack of Smithing Stone 2s from a small gazebo just west of the Rose Church. Now it's time to make the long ride up to the Grand Lift to Titus and utilize that Titus medallion. We don't have access to the Altus Plateau. With that comes access to the Sealed Tunnel and the Smithing Stone Miner's Bell Bearing 2. Offer this to the Twin Maiden Husks at the Round Table, and you now have access to buy unlimited Smithing Stone 3 and 4s. From here you're going to wrap around the capital outskirts and you're going to head to the Ariza side tomb. At this point be sure to equip the Bloody Slash Ash of War, and you're going to do a zip glitch to the Mountaintops of the Giants. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, then I'll have the video explaining this skip in the description below. I'll also link a different skip that's a little bit easier on console. So as usual, once we reach the spot in the Forbidden Lands, we're going to use the Bloody Slash Ash of War to kill ourselves, so that we can trigger a death at the Stake of America. Now we're going to be in the Forbidden Lands, but we still have to ride up to the Grand Lift of Rold. Once you're there, you do a standard 1.07 wrong warp by traveling to the Round Table and accurately quitting out of the application. If done correctly, you now have access to the Mountaintops of the Giants. Be sure to grab the Site of Grace and then make your way up to the Zamor Ruins. We're going to grab the Smithing Stone Miner's Bell Bearing 3, and this will give us unlimited access to Smithing Stones 5 and 6. Now ride up to the statue on the west side of the frozen lake, bait the giant into breaking the statue for a 3 stack of Smithing Stone 7s. Then make your way across the frozen lake to the first church and go to the cliff above it and grab the 3 stack of Smithing Stone 7s. Then make your way to the Guardian's Garrison and grab the Smithing Stone 7 located on the upper level inside. Here it's also optional to either fight or snatch and run. Now we're going to head back and follow the frozen river all the way west. We're going to use the Spirit Spring in this area to do a skip down to the Consecrated Snowfield. This is the only other skip used and it's fairly easy to pull off even on console. If you're unfamiliar with this skip, I will have a link in the description going over step by step how to pull it off. Once you've performed the skip successfully, I highly recommend you go immediately to grab a Site of Grace. Head to the waygate on the west side of the map behind the large tree. If you get invaded by the Sanguine Noble, just run away until he despawns. We now have access to the second most efficient rune farm in the game. Anytime you need runes from here on out, you can just come farm this bird for 11,000 runes per kill. For the Greatsword, I needed 11 kills because I needed 108,000 runes. At this point, we're going to level our weapon to plus 18 to make the rest of the guide easier. So we're going to come back to the Twin Maiden Husks in the Round Table and turn in the Smithing Stone Miner's Bell Bearing 2 and 3, and then purchase 12 of each Smithing Stone 3, 4, 5, and 6. It'll cost a total of 50,400 runes. You should now have 12 of each rune 1 through 6, as well as a handful of 7s, but just hang on to those for now. At this point, head over to the blacksmith and level up your weapon of choice to plus 18. Again, your weapon will probably be half the cost of the Greatsword. And if you haven't done so already, I highly recommend that you put the Flame of the Redmane's Ash of War on your weapon at this point. It should make any fights that we have ahead of us very easy. So back in Consecrated, we're going to head to this corpse near the map fragment and grab the Smithing Stone 8. And from here, we're going to ride northwest, and we're going to use a sleeping rune bear to break a statue. Inside that statue are 3 Smithing Stone 7s and 1 Smithing Stone 8. From here, just head south to that very large tree near the waygate, and grab the Smithing Stone 8 that's on a corpse resting against one of the smaller trees out front. Head even further south and enter the red tunnel marker on your map. If you're not very confident in your fighting abilities, you can always grab these Smithing Stones on the run, but just note that the enemies in here are weak to fire, so your level 18 Flame of the Redmane's Ash of War should make this area fairly easy. Be sure to grab all 8 of the Smithing Stone 8s in this area so that you have all 12 that you need to upgrade. And definitely don't leave before picking up the Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone on the corpse on the lower level. We now have everything we need to take our weapon to plus 25. If you need any runes, just head back and farm the bird like we talked about earlier. In my case, I only had to farm the bird one time because I earned a bunch of runes from clearing the tunnels. So heading back to the round table, at this point you should have 12 Smithing Stone 7s, 12 Smithing Stone 8s, and 1 Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone. At this point, go ahead and use those to level up whatever your weapon of choice is to plus 25. Congratulations, you now have a maxed out weapon and you haven't even fought your first boss yet. This is my little secret that I used in my world's first level 1 one-shot challenge. I hope this helps you guys out, and I'm kind of interested to see what you guys end up using it for. And if you want some further inspiration from that level 1 one-shot challenge, I'll have that linked at the end of this video and in the description below. Thanks again for watching, guys. Stay dangerous.